vice presidential possibility for J.D. Vance appears to be on life support, with rumors flying that he may be removed from the ticket, with gaffe after gaffe after gaffe. Where to even start? There have been some wild email leaks from J.D. Vance exchanging emails with a former Yale Law School classmate who is transgender. And there are a bunch of interesting things here to talk about. But importantly, the picture I come away with is that J.D. Vance is a much more reasonable individual than his recent statements make him seem. That doesn't make him a better person for being willing to do this public 180 and say, I love Trump, Trump's great, everything Trump's doing is great. It actually makes him just as despicable. But my instinct that Vance probably still believes the things he used to say and probably still hates Trump are almost certainly true. Quotes from J.D. Vance's emails, which you can review in the New York Times. Quote, I hate the police. I can't imagine what a black guy goes through. That doesn't sound like MAGA Trumpism. That doesn't sound like the 2024 edition of J.D. Vance. Quote, I'm obviously outraged at Trump's rhetoric. There have always been demagogues willing to exploit the people who believe crazy S. Next week, I'll be able to say the full word once we're off radio and TV. That is a statement that is very much the old J.D. Vance and very much unlike the new J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance in these emails, quote, the more white people feel like voting for Trump, the more black people will suffer. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound like MAGA Trumpism at all. Previously, in these uncovered emails about Donald Trump, quote, he's just a bad man, a morally reprehensible human being. J.D. Vance hates Trump. He used to be very public about it. He now pretends not to because he is going to be a heartbeat away from a 78-year-old obese guy from the presidency. But it's pretty damn clear that J.D. Vance hates Trump. He also is stepping in it with comments that those who are not parents should have less of a voice than parents. This isn't good, and this is angering people on the left, but it's also angering people on the right who believe this is the exact wrong direction that they should be going in.
When you go to the polls in this country as a parent, you should have more power. You should have more of an ability to speak your voice in our democratic republic than people who don't have kids. Let's face the consequences and the reality. If you don't have as much of an investment in the future of this country, maybe you shouldn't get nearly the same voice. Now, people will say, and I'm sure
Whoops. My microphone was muted. Yeah, this is genuinely fucktarded. And yeah, we're going to continue to play Tekken 8 this stream.
The Atlantic and the Washington Post and all the usual suspects will criticize me about this in the coming days.
Yes.
Well, doesn't this mean that non-parents don't have as much of a voice as parents? Doesn't this mean that parents get a bigger say in how our democracy functions? Yes, absolutely.
Yikes. I mean, listen, I don't know that you need a deep political analysis to understand why saying, by definition, at the top level, just definitionally, non-parents should have less
Anti-nature
of a say,
vegan, what's
and
up?
Parents should have more of a say. And now, of course, we have replacement speculation swirling. Independent reports Republicans are beginning to have second thoughts about J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is faltering in the Midwest, a big problem for the GOP. Donald Trump may replace J.D. Vance within 10 days, according to Chuck Schumer. This is really not going well.
Yeah, I saw some of the stuff with Venezuela. The U.S. and Canadian government actually think the election may have been rigged.
Really not going well. Here is J.D. Vance saying that the Harris campaign is against children, which is very much not the case.
This is about criticizing the Democratic Party for becoming anti-family and anti-child. We have to ask ourselves, Megyn, why do we have masking of toddlers years after the pandemic ended? Why do we have the Harris campaign coming out this very morning, Megyn, and saying that we should not have the child tax credit, which lowers tax
That's a lie.
rates for parents of young children? It's because they have become anti-family and anti-kid. And I'm proud to stand up for parents, and I hope that parents out there recognize that I'm a guy who wants to fight for you. I want to fight for your interests. I want to fight for your stake in the country, and that is what this is fundamentally about. The Democrats in the past 5-10 years, Megyn, they have become anti-family. It's built into their policy. It's built into the way they talk about parents and children, and it's time that we called that out. I don't think we should back down from it, Megyn. I think
No, maybe not back down, but maybe tell the truth. He says that the Kamala Harris wants to cut the child tax credit. Recall that the Biden-Harris administration grew the child tax credit to $3,000 per child and $3,600 for kids under 6, made it automatic with advanced monthly payments to qualified families. And it was the Biden-Harris administration that wanted Congress to make the credit permanent. J.D. Vance is lying. J.D. Vance is panicking. And if you want just one last little anecdote about how poorly things are going for J.D. Vance, here is J.D. Vance speaking before Trump at Trump's deranged St. Cloud, Minnesota rally, which we will get to later, and Fox News just cutting away.
All righty. Well, we've been listening to J.D. Vance at the Trump rally in Minnesota. And Tom.
All right.
Yeah, we're going to get away from that, aren't we? Not.
Trump's likely going to replace J.D. Vance.
At long last, Donald Trump was finally pressed on his apparent paralyzing fear of getting on the debate stage with Kamala Harris. He sat down with Laura Ingraham on Fox News, where, surprise, surprise, he actually would manage to show up. And here's what he said when she pressed him on this issue.
I want to do a debate, but I also can say this. Everybody knows who I am. And now people know who she is. She's a radical left lunatic. She'll destroy our country. She wants open borders.
And why not debate her?
Well, wait. But because they already know everything.
Because they already know everything. What's the point of debating when the American people clearly know both candidates? Not like Joe Biden, who's been president for nearly...
So he's running away from a debate. Big surprise. That debate with Joe Biden, everybody talks about the Joe Biden gaffes, but the debate actually didn't go too well for Trump. A lot of undecided voters, after watching that debate, decided to vote for Biden because Trump just went on insane rambles, talked about how he hated immigrants, lied constantly, couldn't answer questions, and basically just made himself look like a fucking retard asshole. You free to react to a song if I donate. Yeah, of course, dude.
4 years. Apparently, nobody knew him, and that's why Trump was so eager to debate him not once, but as many times as Biden would agree to. That must be why, and has nothing to do with the fact that Biden was a bad debater, but that Kamala will wipe the floor with Trump. Got it. And let's be clear, Kamala clearly smells blood in the water. Here's just a few of her comments on this matter.
You really get in people's so with that being said, you think Donald Trump is afraid to debate you?
He should be.
Would love to know your thoughts.
My thoughts. To the grave, burn your local butcher. Pretty dope. I'll actually save that to my workout music playlist. Yeah, I dig it. Pretty goddamn heavy, and I agree with the message. Burn your local butcher. Thanks for the donation, Dan. That's a pretty dope song.
Why are we here? I think you know.
Famine.
I think we're getting to the
Batman.
Previously agreed upon September 10th debate. He agreed to that previously. Now it appears he's backpedaling, but I'm ready. And I think the voters deserve to see the split screen that exists in this race on a debate stage. And so I'm ready. Let's go.
At this point, Trump running from Kamala is almost as good as a debate itself, because it puts on full display how afraid of her he actually is. And it's not just a 24 or 48 hour news cycle at this point, like an actual debate would be. Now, we get to talk about it every single day, because Donald Trump himself is keeping it going by betraying just how scared he actually is. I mean, look, I'm not here to give free campaign advice to Donald Trump, but waffling and backpedaling is only prolonging the pain. It's only lengthening this news cycle. If you just came out and agreed, then no one would talk about it at least until September. But now, we talk about it every single day because the fear that he displays is so palpable, and you don't know how to hide it, Donald. But hey, no complaints here. But it actually gets worse, because Trump isn't just getting hit on being too afraid to debate Kamala, rather his entire bit is being exposed. This guy's whole political identity is predicated on how tough he is, how strong, how he's a winner, how he's a fighter. And yet, when faced with the opportunity to actually back up what he says with actions, suddenly it's crickets from the tough guy leading the GOP. I guess he's only able to be strong when he's on the other side of Truth Social. Trump wants you to think he's some battle-tested soldier, but all he is a keyboard warrior. In fact, it's not just Kamala who's joining in on the feeding frenzy here. Here's what the political landscape looks like right now.
And you know how I know this? Because he's afraid to debate her now. Do you see that? And it's not just because she's a skilled debater and a courtroom prosecutor who knows how to make the case. He's afraid to debate her.
My absolute Spielberg, vids, Nate Belmar has negated IQ.
With dutasteride, you have
Alright, let me take a look at that.
Alright, so in this video I'm going to break
Healing the nervous system and why you can't just let go. That sounds interesting. Biohacking. Oh, that's going to be great. While that is twerking, I will watch what I think might be the least annoying video
relatively
out of all these
equal
first.
amount. So let's say that all the buckets are halfway full. So it's an easier thing for your body to self-regulate. In addition to that, you're going to be able to take a lower dose and get a better response while affecting the type of 5-alpha reductase that's in the liver, there's actually 2 types, that's going to be converting your progestogenic neurosteroids.
So we mentioned earlier, you mentioned there's, I know there's a handful of studies that show dutasteride causes less side effects than finasteride. And this is kind of bizarre to me. It's not incredibly well understood. I know there's some preclinical data supporting a neuroprotective effect and anti-inflammatory effect with dutasteride, but what's your theory as to why dutasteride would seem to cause less side effects, even though it is a more potent medication on paper, lowering DHT more in the serum, scalp, presumably everywhere?
Yeah. It's important to understand that.
Aren't some side effects of dutasteride like extremely fucking crazy? Or is it a different medication I'm thinking of? I saw a case report where somebody took dutasteride and they had like some fucked up, like their face was just fucked. Impotence, decreased libido. What do the numbers in parentheses mean? So apparently it's generally lower in side effect profile and it's stronger.
The usual dosing of dutasteride for BPH is generally 0.5 milligrams every single day. And that is not really a comparable dose to even 5 milligrams of finasteride for many reasons, but the main reason being that it inhibits all 3 isoenzymes of 5-alpha reductase. And on paper, you would think that this would be a detriment to dutasteride because your serum DHT is more likely to go lower. However, there is several papers, many different, I suppose, correlation but not causation of there not being, of post-dutasteride syndrome or dutasteride side effects being much more rare in eugonadal individuals. And my theory behind this is, if you look at the 3 different isoenzymes, the concentration in different cells, specifically the intrachronology of it, as Dr. Fernand Labrie would say, you look at the DHT in each of those buckets. So pretend that you have 3 different buckets here, and the serum is just the pipe that connects them. So you're not as much worried about the level of DHT in the pipe that connects them, but the level of DHT in all 3 buckets. So let's say you're on an equitable dose, maybe 0.5 dutasteride once a week, maybe twice a week, and 1 milligram of finasteride a day. Your serum DHT decreases 65%, so the DHT in the pipe is equally lower, but the DHT in your genital skin is much lower. The DHT in your non-genital skin is much higher in finasteride. Say that this one's almost completely empty and this one's almost completely full in finasteride. That's going to make it much more difficult for your body's many negative and positive feedback inhibitions to alter things like androgen receptor density or even 5-alpha reductase activity. But with dutasteride, you have relatively equal amounts. So let's say that all the buckets are halfway full. So it's an easier thing for your body to self-regulate. In addition to that, you're going to be able to take a lower dose and get a better response while affecting the type of 5-alpha reductase that's in the liver. There's actually 2 types that's going to be converting your progestogenic neurosteroids. So there's a lot of different reasons why dutasteride is generally better tolerated, and that's just my theory on why it is. And anecdotally, we have certainly seen this as well.
Yeah, and this reminds me of the dopamine wave pool, except now there are 3 wave pools, or I suppose you could think of it as.
Okay.
Break down concepts like trauma and other forms of mental and emotional distress in a very grounded and a very functional kind of way. I think this is useful because it puts these terms in these concepts within a context that you can then mechanically and functionally interact with and take action on, versus what oftentimes occurs, which is just more or less an abstract sort of analysis that doesn't necessarily have a real interaction with practicality. Because there's many different ways we can approach subjects, many different forms of analysis, many different contexts, many different schemas, many different frameworks, many different models, many different modalities, many different approaches, many different interpretations, etc. Personally speaking, I prefer things to where you can do analysis, you can use the mind in a clear, concise, organized way that then leads to tangible, real outcomes and allows you the opportunity to actually interact with these things, with these concepts, with these dynamics in a real sort of way that makes you more empowered as an individual, as opposed to just pure abstraction or analysis or just talking about things. So I'm going to do this through giving a few different really simple examples physiologically and then transferring those principles across and showing how these dynamics play out and then showing how you can start to maybe interact with these things in slightly a different way. And sometimes just having a different context, just having a different mode of interacting with things is really the difference between producing outcomes that are positive and then producing outcomes that are maybe not. So just as an example to illustrate this, let's say you had like really a lot of, really bad neck and shoulder tension, right? Which a lot of people do because they spend a lot of times hunched over looking at their computers, or maybe they've had a very stressful life or a lot of emotional turmoil, things of this nature, which have put glitches and tension and chronic patterns into their nervous system, right? But let's just say, for the sake of example, it's up here in the neck, and it causes people to be like this, or some manner of distorted pattern right here. So what that means is, functionally speaking, let's say you want to do a movement like this, or you want to, reach back and do something, or you want to, move around or have really nice neck mobility, right? What happens is, because of that glitch, because of that pressure, because of that constriction in your system, you're going to reach a certain range of motion, and your system's going to go, it's going to lock, it's going to freeze, it's going to glitch out in some way, or it will just basically be like, yeah, I can't move more than here, or I can't move my head more than this, or you'll have some basically frozen, inhibited movement within your body. Versus if that area is open and clear and everything's moving, you have really great mobility, really great range of motion, and that system or that movement that you're trying to do won't glitch out in the middle of it. You'll try to do it and it will freeze, or it will lock. And you know what I'm talking about. If you have things in your body, things and movements that you try to...
What this guy is saying makes absolutely no sense. Capone, hello, dude.
Go through, you'll have those glitches, you'll have those things that lock up, you'll have those things that freeze, depending on where you might happen to have that tension. As another example, let's say you have an ankle injury or something, right? So you have that injury, and let's say maybe you get rid of it, and you heal from it, right? But then, because you had that injury, all those tissues in that part of your body, and basically even we could say probably your whole fascial network, depending on how bad that was, probably started to adapt and contort and try to find equilibrium and homeostasis around that injury. So even though it might technically be gone, you might technically be healed, in reality, you're basically just living your life in reaction to that injury because of the way your tissues and the way your physiology adapted to and formed itself around that. So to me, that's basically just really functionally living in a less efficient state, because all the energy that could be going into just feeling normal as a human being is going into your body to try to adapt and maintain that distorted pattern, which is, just to say, not very efficient. Versus if you do something, or let's say you had that injury and you just completely unwound it and removed it from your tissue matrix, from your system, so that it's not causing any ripples or distortions throughout the rest of your body, then I would call that actually being healed. So the same mechanics, the same principles that I just illustrated through these simple physiological mechanics or examples transfer over to psychologically how we interact.
Okay, that's just stupid.
Hope everyone's having a spectacular day. I got a couple minutes and then I have to bounce. So, let's see. All right, guys, got 15 minutes and I'm about...
I can already tell this guy's a douchebag.
to bounce. Here drinking my potions. Please explain the sun and moon cycle. That's too long to explain now. I'm going to explain that in another session, probably like a longer session. What's the number one book you would recommend? Dude, honestly, the most ancient of all scripts, bro. So you know if you know. How can I join 300? Right now I'm handpicking select these. Potions recommend. You gotta be more specific. Do you mean the Bible, perhaps? The Bible, perhaps? The Holy Bible, perhaps? You take vitamins? I do. I supplement 100%. I supplement a lot, actually.
Can't sleep and I gotta work in 4 hours. What to do, Mr. Gain? Alright, here's what you gotta do. Get 4 to 6 slices of bread, preferably white bread. Drizzle them all in olive oil. Eat it. Then jerk off either to hentai or Sasha Grey. And then that should get your sleep going.
Dude, I'm looking for a specific... Oh, here we go. I found it. All right, guys. Let's actually talk. Let's actually get a little session in. I got 10 minutes and I'm going to bounce. All right. Fire round. Tips for biohacking when eating college cafeteria food. Yes, don't eat college cafeteria food. That should be... I mean, that's a long topic. No idea.
All right, well, that's not worth watching.
Hi guys, and welcome to Strength Universe. Before we get into the video, I'd like to say thank you to Nimol for asking if Jay Cutler could have been considered one of the strongest bodybuilders, along with Ronnie Coleman and Marcus Rule. So I thought we'd take a look. Jay Cutler dethroned Ronnie Coleman at the 2006 Mr. Olympia. and went on to win the title a further 3 times. Ronnie Coleman has won the Mr. Olympia 8 times and shares the record for the most Olympia wins with Lee Haney, and he is widely regarded as the strongest professional bodybuilder of all time. We start the comparison with the bent over row, and here we see Jay pulling 184 kilograms or 405 pounds, compared with Ronnie, who's using 225 kilograms or 495 pounds. Their range of motion is comparable, but Ronnie is more explosive and possibly gaining from momentum. And the win on the bent over row goes to Ronnie, who manages more repetitions with 22% or nearly 100 pounds more weight. The bent over row is followed by the incline bench press, and here we find our athletes both using the same weight of 184 kilograms or 405 pounds. But it does appear that Jay is using a slightly better range of motion, although it's hard to judge if he is receiving assistance due to
Finasteride has anti-aging benefits. I don't have serious hair loss, but I still take it because it's protective. Just skim through the research he provides.
Welcome back to the hair. What's up, chooms? How y'all living? Hope everything is Nova and you're all having a preem week. So, if you've ever encountered the anti-finasteride mob online, what they'll often tell you is that the initial clinical trials on finasteride are outdated. They'll say that we need new research to uncover the hidden big pharma conspiracy theory that Merck, Bill Gates, Anthony Fauci, and Jewish lizard people from Proxima Centauri have been hiding from the masses for all these years as part of their sinister plot to indoctrinate us all with woke culture. When you look past this smokescreen, though, what you'll often find out is that there actually has been a lot of subsequent research that has been done on finasteride and dutasteride, and in fact, there is a lot of ongoing research on these drugs even today as we speak. Both finasteride and dutasteride have been off patent for many years now, so this follow-up research has been conducted independently in academic centers and is no longer funded by pharmaceutical companies at all. Not only has this research confirmed both the safety and efficacy profile of these drugs, but we've also come to discover that both finasteride and dutasteride have a long list of other tremendous health benefits outside of just stopping hair loss or stopping prostate enlargement. It turns out that 5-AR inhibitors are the ultimate biohacking drugs, which makes it especially ironic that so many biohacker influencers are against them. 5-AR inhibitors are not only our best defense against the Norwood Reaper, but they may also be one of the best defenses against the Grim Reaper too. That's right, chooms. There is strong scientific evidence that shows that 5-AR inhibitors can prolong our lifespan and protect us against the biggest killers of the human organism, specifically heart disease. Now, this isn't the first time I've actually covered the subject, but I think it is time for an update since now there is brand new research that further confirms that finasteride and dutasteride are on finasteride's cardioprotective benefits I already discussed in my video. It's titled, quote, "Study the association between ischemic heart disease and the use of alpha blockers and finasteride indicated for the treatment of benign prostatic hyperplasia," unquote. The study reviewed 4,414 men with a history of BPH, and in that group, the investigators identified 220 cases of men who had episodes of what's called ischemic heart disease. Ischemic heart disease is heart disease caused by blockages of the coronary arteries due to atherosclerosis. People with ischemic heart disease can get chest pain and heart attacks, so obviously this is a really big deal here, chums. Anyways, these 220 men with episodes of chest pain or heart attacks were matched with 515 control subjects who had no history of heart trouble. The study found that there was no association between taking drugs for BPH and the risk of ischemic heart disease. The drugs they looked at were finasteride and alpha-blocking drugs, which would be a drug like tamsulosin. Tamsulosin, despite also being used for an enlarged prostate, is not at all related to 5-AR inhibitors, and it works through a completely different mechanism. So, the investigators concluded in the study that there was no association between finasteride or alpha-blocking drugs and the risk of heart disease. In other words, these drugs for treating BPH seem to be perfectly safe for the heart. However, another study, specifically this one here, came to different conclusions. And of course, this is the one study that all the anti-finasteride fear-mongering people online love to quote constantly, even though recent data calls its findings into question. As you can see, This wasn't primarily a study of heart disease. It was a randomized controlled double-blind study of 6,729 men who were over 50 years old and who were given either dutasteride at 0.5 milligrams per day or a placebo. The study showed that dutasteride, just like finasteride and other studies, decreased the overall risk of getting prostate cancer. However, what we're more interested here is the effects of dutasteride on the heart. The study found that there was an increased incidence of heart failure in the dutasteride group. Heart failure isn't the same thing as ischemic heart disease. It is a weakening of the heart muscle that causes the heart to enlarge. It can have many different causes. Sometimes it is caused by heart attacks, but it can also be caused by high blood pressure, diabetes, viruses, or could just sometimes happen spontaneously even. Anyways, the study found that 30 men in the dutasteride group developed heart failure versus 16 men in the placebo group. This was an incidence of heart failure of 0.7% with dutasteride versus 0.4% with placebo. Although the absolute difference was tiny, the difference was just barely statistically significant with a p-value of 0.03. Normally, a p-value less than 0.05 is considered a statistically significant result in a study. The study found no increased risk of ischemic heart disease with dutasteride, nor did it find an increased risk of death from heart disease with dutasteride. But this study raised the question as to whether dutasteride could have a negative impact on the risk. So, in order to put this data into perspective, this study was published in 2013, 3 years after the prostate cancer study had been published. The study was a meta-analysis of all the previous studies looking at dutasteroide's effects on the heart, and its specific goal was to determine if the increased heart failure found in the prostate cancer study we just went over was something we should be worried about, or if the result was just a statistical fluke that just happened by chance. So this was a huge meta-analysis that included 12 randomized controlled studies of dutasteride with a grand total of 18,802 subjects. The study found no association between dutasteride use and heart failure. It also found no association between dutasteride use and the risk of ischemic heart disease. Specifically, it found no association with myocardial infarction, which means having a heart attack. It turns out that even in the prostate cancer study, when the data was reanalyzed by the FDA, it was found that some of the subjects had actually been misclassified as having heart failure when they really didn't. And after this reanalysis, the difference between the two groups was no longer considered to be statistically significant. So the meta-analysis concluded that, quote, based on the results of this meta-analysis, there is no confirmatory evidence at present to suggest that dutasteride confers an increased cardiovascular than men do. One of the theories why men have shorter lives than women do is that androgens actually decrease our lifespans. Now, of course we can't actually eliminate testosterone without changing from men into trans women, but we do have the capacity to safely diminish the amount of DHT in our bodies. If lowering DHT had a beneficial effect on heart disease, that would make a big difference in mortality rates in men, especially since heart disease is the #1 cause of death on the planet by far. Since DHT is a trash hormone that doesn't have benefits in adulthood, that means we can suppress the detrimental effects of androgens without lowering our testosterone levels and save our hair and prostates at the same time. So it is a win-win situation for us here, chums. So, like I said, some of the data is theoretical and some of it is based on rodent studies, but the data is nevertheless very promising, I have to admit. For example, in this study right here, rats were given heart attacks by temporarily tying off one of their coronary arteries. In the study, the amount...
Okay, animal research is completely and utterly useless. It is literally random chance if results from animal studies apply to humans, so it's pointless to look at. That is interesting, though.
Hair Cafe Cinematic Universe hair loss switchers, remember, a finasteride a day keeps the hair transplant doctor away. So, recently, I made a video talking about the tech centimillionaire Brian Johnson's Project Blueprint, which is a self-financed project where he's using himself as a case subject to research evidence-based methods to dramatically prolong the human lifespan, perhaps even indefinitely. I, of course, wholeheartedly support him in his noble endeavors, but his Project Blueprint is missing one critical component that should should be part of any pharmaceutical intervention for anybody who is interested in prolonging their lifespan and dramatically reducing the risk of various diseases. I'm of course talking about oral finasteride. Now, I have heard that Brian Johnson did use topical finasteride in the past to stop the progression of his own hair loss. Apparently he now uses dutasteride injections into his scalp, so at least he's using a 5-AR blocker, and in that context that's all perfectly fine because both finasteride and dutasteride are effective hair loss treatments whether they are used topically or orally. Stopping hair loss is of course extremely important for anyone who is interested in anti-aging, but the benefits of finasteride, they go so far beyond just hair loss that it is a bit of a shame to me that Brian Johnson is trying to minimize his systemic exposure to this drug. I imagine his reasoning for doing so has something to do with the unfounded fear-mongering about finasteride side effects, and I say that because I don't find it very plausible that someone as bright and well-informed as Brian Johnson would be willing to forsake the tremendous longevity benefits of finasteride beyond just stopping hair loss, all because of a risk of side effects.
Can you let me know you've seen any of my messages so I can just leave gracefully? Thank you. Messages, you mean just your comments in chat?
That is just a couple percentage points greater than placebo. I suppose it's possible that perhaps despite his desire to base his anti-aging plan on evidence-based research, he somehow got sucked down the whole online anti-finasteride rabbit hole where people post that finasteride side effects are underreported or that maybe even the side effects are permanent. My very last video addressed this misconception that finasteride side effects are underreported, and I've done a whole video series on why permanent side effects like the so-called post-finasteride syndrome are not caused by finasteride, and I'll link all those videos below. In my last video covering Brian Johnson, which is linked below, I broke down some very important, high-quality research that shows that finasteride can help prevent the development of some of the most lethal diseases that can kill us even when we're still young. I'm talking about diseases like melanoma, heart disease, prostate cancer, and even brain cancer. I would hate it if Brian Johnson's well-intentioned plans were cut short by one of these horrible diseases. However, when it comes to finasteride's health and longevity benefits, this is just scratching the surface, because it turns out there is another cancer that we didn't even talk about that finasteride can prevent or even treat. We're talking about bladder cancer, chums. Here are some statistics on the impact of bladder cancer in just the United States alone. In 2023, the American Cancer Society projected that there would be 82,290 new cases of bladder cancer, with about 62,420 cases in men and 19,870 cases in women. They also estimated about 16,710 deaths from bladder cancer, with 12,100.
You think finasteride can regrow already lost hair? It's possible, but it's very unlikely.
60 deaths in men and 4,550 deaths in women. Now, you may think that bladder cancer is relatively rare since it doesn't get as much attention as other forms of cancer like breast cancer, skin cancer, or lung cancer, but you would be wrong about that because bladder cancer is actually the 4th most common cancer in men. It has cut short the careers of many prominent people, including writers like Arthur Miller, actors like Telly Savalas, politicians like Hubert Humphrey, and a hell of a lot more. Wikipedia has a page of more than 200 people who are well known enough to have their own Wikipedia pages who have unfortunately died from bladder cancer. So looking at the statistics here, do any of you chooms notice an unfair discrepancy between genders? Clearly men are much more likely to get bladder cancer than women are. You might remember that in the last Brian Johnson video that I made, we pointed out that women live longer than men do, and that there are many diseases where simply...
Wouldn't surprise me if that's largely due to something like alcohol and cigarettes. Wouldn't surprise me.
Being a man causes an increased risk and worse survival rate. Some of the diseases that are worse in men than in women include heart attacks, Parkinson's disease, melanomas, and even COVID-19, believe it or not. In the last Brian Johnson video, I showed that the reason men fare more poorly in these diseases and have a shorter lifespan than women do is indeed due to men having more androgens, specifically the trash hormone DHT. Lowering DHT with finasteride has been shown in many cases to have beneficial effects in many of these diseases, and again, I went over all this in the last Brian Johnson video, which I urge you to watch if you haven't seen it yet. So, From the statistics on bladder cancer, I just showed you guys that it's clearly men who are much more likely to get bladder cancer than women. Whenever there is such an imbalance, you have to suspect that androgens are the main culprit. In fact, there is a lot of animal research pointing out a link between androgens and bladder cancer, but we even have some research that looks at the effects of the trash hormone DHT specifically on human bladder cancer cells. This is the article here. It is titled, quote, "Dihydrotestosterone increases the risk of bladder cancer in men," unquote. In the study, the investigators looked at the effects of DHT on human bladder cancer cells. The article goes into a lot of detail on different molecular signaling pathways, but the bottom line here is that DHT was found to have several cancer-promoting effects. For one thing, DHT increased a pathway called the AKT-GSK3 beta pathway, which is also a pathway that promotes cancer progression. It also caused changes to a protein called EIF4E that results in cancer cells coming loose and traveling throughout the body. This is what causes metastatic cancer that is almost always fatal. Finally, DHT actually increased the number of androgen receptors in the bladder cells, and the more androgen receptors, the more negative effects DHT had. This figure here shows what is happening when DHT binds with the androgen receptors in these cancer cells. So the bottom line of the article was that DHT promoted the growth of bladder cancer cells. The authors of the study concluded, quote, "Androgen-activated androgen receptor signaling is an attractive regulatory target for the inhibition or prevention of bladder cancer incidence in men," unquote. What they're saying here, Chooms, is that decreasing the influence of DHT on bladder cancer cells could treat or even prevent bladder cancer. So blocking all androgens with a systemic anti-androgen drug like spironolactone is not a good idea for cisgendered men, obviously, because then we'd lose the beneficial effects of testosterone. Are very, very encouraging. The first study is this one here from 2016. This is a large database study, and the database the investigators used was...
That is interesting. Makes me consider going on finasteride.
Because he can't defend his record. He's afraid to debate her because she knows the truth about how he failed as a president when he had the keys to the White House 4 years ago.
The last debate, Martha, happened when both candidates were not their confirmed nominee either. So what has changed is my question. I think the obvious answer is Donald Trump is afraid. He's afraid of this change. He's acting like it. Listen, I'm a combat veteran. I know fear and fatigue when I see it. And he's acting tired and he's acting afraid here. You know, someone needs to wake him up, and I know he has a hard time staying awake. You know, he fell asleep repeatedly at his own nominating convention. He fell asleep repeatedly at his own criminal trial. Someone needs to wake him up and let him know.
He's falling asleep like an old man.
The next generation of American leadership is here, and it's on.
I look at this race right now, and I don't see a world in which Donald Trump mans up and debates Kamala Harris. The felon is not going to debate the prosecutor. That's just not going to happen. When the question comes around about his 34 felony convictions, what do you think she going to do?
Yeah, it's funny how he's too scared to debate Kamala.
His girlfriend's hands contacting the bathroom out. Despite receiving assistance on the final couple of reps and using a shorter range of motion, Ronnie takes the victory by achieving more unaided repetitions. Although depending how much value you place on range of motion, some may consider this a draw. Next up is a hat squat, where we find Jay and Ronnie using an identical weight of 327 kilograms or 720 pounds, but Ronnie is using knee wraps that do provide an advantage. Jay is appearing to use more control and possibly a better range of motion, locking out each rep, compared to Ronnie, who is maintaining constant tension. After considering the differences in form, and the fact that Ronnie achieves more repetitions but he does so with the use of knee wraps, I think the fairest result is a draw.
Way back, this had to have been... This would have been when I was, like 17, so... I'm 33. That would be 10, 16 years ago. I saw Jay Cutler in person, and it was after he won, I think it was after he won the Mr. Olympia. So he was still, like, at his peak, and he is fucking massive. Like, that dude is just ridiculously huge, like you can't understand. He looks small when you see him in pictures and in video and shit. If Ronnie was larger than him, like, holy crap, Ronnie was just fucking insanely huge.
The fourth comparison is a dumbbell press, and here we find Jay using what I believe is 73 kilograms or 160 pound dumbbells versus Ronnie's 91 kilogram or 200 pound weights. While it may be due to the camera angle not doing Jay any favours, it certainly appears that he's using a reduced range of motion even when compared to Ronnie. I'm yet to see any professional bodybuilder who can beat Ronnie on the dumbbell press, and so that proves to be the case here, with Ronnie taking an easy win in pressing a 24% heavier weight for almost as many repetitions as Jay. The penultimate comparison is a front squat, which has a number of differences, with Jay performing
Alan Donatello's, you looked so young in this, you should react, lol. You didn't give me a link, but thanks for the donation, Alan. Kaka Toenail donated $2. If someone's beard hasn't fully come in yet, will going on finasteride prevent further beard growth? I have no idea. I wouldn't recommend finasteride to somebody who hasn't fully matured. So if you're still in your teens, I definitely wouldn't recommend taking finasteride. I have no idea if it would affect beard growth, though. Thanks for the donation, Cockatonail.
lift on a counterbalance Smith machine loaded with 172 kilograms or 380 pounds, and he's doing this.
Alan donated $2. Let me see. Oh yes, drunken peasants.
The way we live our lives, somewhere, someone down the line, there's some suffering happening because of us.
Yes, there I am, 8 years ago. How the years go by.
You know, and it's the oldest
I think I still look pretty goddamn good for 33.
fucking story in the world, but you know, I don't see how you have any I'm morally superior because I don't.
I think my hairline's literally exactly the same. I don't think that's changed. Like, that was the right side. I think it's literally exactly the same. I know some people, when they turn 30, they look like an old man. Like, dad old, you know what I mean?
I don't eat meat. I just don't buy into it.
Well, I am. Like, you just don't want to accept that fact.
All right, but even if you are, like, let's say you're morally superior. Like, who gives a shit? I don't care. Be morally superior all you want. You're better than us.
Well,
we're gonna bow down to you. Oh, vegan Canes! He doesn't eat meat. He is the new Messiah. Behold his splendor.
He doesn't eat honey either, TJ. You forgot to mention that.
I don't care argument, then
yeah, the knives.
It's to well below parallel, while Ronnie is using a barbell loaded with a combined 265 kilograms or 585 pounds and has to walk the weight out before beginning the lift. He is, however, using knee wraps and a reduced range of motion when compared to Jay. Ronnie clearly takes the win here, but when considering that Jay isn't using any knee wraps and is going arse to grass, I think the difference between the two is less than it seems. For the final comparison, we take a look at the athlete's shoulder strength with the seated dumbbell.
Everyone from my high school after 18 just went straight downhill. Yeah. all of the, except for maybe like with one exception, all the hottest girls from my high school after they graduated, they just got fat. Like, and not even that, they just weren't pretty anymore. Like, after they graduated, they just weren't pretty, and then they got fat. So, yeah. Some people age better than others. Alan donated $2. Chicken noodle soup is for pussy vegan gains, lol. That is true, dude. Unless it's vegan chicken noodle soup. Thanks for the donation, Alan.
Press. And straight off the bat, Ronnie's using a much heavier weight of 73 kilograms or 160 pounds, compared to Jay's 54 kilograms or 120 pounds. But he's also using less range of motion and is visibly at a higher RPE. Even when considering Jay's better range of motion for more repetitions, there's no getting past the fact that Ronnie was using a 35% heavier weight and thus takes the win. This victory means Ronnie has comfortably won 5 out of the 6 lifts I've compared and a bunch more that I haven't, maintaining his crown as the world's strongest professional bodybuilder. But it would be awesome to hear your opinions, so please let me know what you think.
I remember there was one dude, I think he might have been from, like, Scandinavia or something. Some pro bodybuilder. That dude was fucking massive, and I actually saw him in person at the Toronto Pro Show. That dude was ridiculously fucking huge. Can't even remember who he was. Like, he had a weird-ass fucking name. It was like Sigmurgensen or some shit. Freakiest bodybuilders. Yeah, Morgan Ast is fucking huge. VG is offensive. Melanin Count donated $2. Hey, Richard, if you decide to go on Finasteride and also use steroids in the future, I recommend you talk to Avi first, because I heard from him like over a year ago in a tweet that some compounds might not work together and make hair loss even worse. Interesting. In all likelihood, if I were to go on steroids, in the foreseeable future, it would just be TRT, because I have no way of getting a reliable source of any other compounds. Like, I could go to a TRT clinic and, like, get diagnosed with low testosterone or something, and then I can get testosterone that I know is, like, pharma grade and everything. But other than that, I just can't. Like, there's no way to get a safe, reliable source of any other compounds. So if I were to go on steroids, it would just be like medical TRT. Like, unless laws in Canada change, which they may, things are kind of heading in that direction where they seem to be legalizing more drugs. Yeah, I just don't see myself going on anything. The amount of, like, fake shit on the market is insane, and even when it isn't faked, so much of it is just fucking dangerous. Like, it's not sterile, it's contaminated with heavy metals, it's not the actual compound that you ordered, like, you get Winstrol and it's actually D-ball, crap like that. But thanks for the donation, VG's offensive melanin count.
I'm glad I could red pill you on Finasteride. I would take Finasteride, but unlike Finasteride it comes in gelatin capsules. Fucking bullshit. Don't listen to the post-Finasteride syndrome people, they're all crazy.
Sexual orientation change, I'm now gay. Okay, so for the past week, I have been having homosexual desires. I don't know what caused it other than maybe finasteride maybe disrupting my brain chemicals. I actually looked this up, and there were people whose sexual orientation changed from finasteride. Has anyone else had this happen to them, and did it resolve? To be honest, I'd rather be gay and have no other symptoms than be straight with a whole host of nasty symptoms. These people are, like, actually insane. Finasteride turned him gay. Penile complete retraction, no blood flow, micropenis. Does anyone experience penile retraction? This is like a buried penis phenomenon. Except I'm not old or fat. My only sin is 3 weeks on topical finasteride. How the fuck is topical finasteride going to give you micropenis? I just can't bear the feeling anymore. The penis doesn't hang. If I walk, the blood flow is cut off, and it shrinks to nothing. If I sit a bit forward, same, it looks like a micropenis and feels so disturbingly bad. Like I can feel the penis turtling. God, it's awful. It's been over 6 months since my last finasteride dosage. Is this even real life? Does this go away with time? The feeling is truly unbearable. I can't work out because of it. The blood flow gets cut off so quickly, my penis retracts inside my body. Also, the skin is very loose and penis is narrow. How is this possible? Even male to female don't get that much shrinkage this quick. Dude, they have to be lying. Like, that's just fucking crazy. Numbness in anal region. For the past few months, I've been suffering from numbness in my rectal region. When passing stools, I had numbness in the anus and complete numbness in my anal sphincter. Even after having a course of antibiotics and prostate massage with Dr. Georgiadis, the anal numbness still persisted. This has to be a fucking joke. This guy's talking about getting a prostate massage. However, I have recently been drinking some everyday detox teas. They are produced by traditional medicinals. I've been drinking 2 teas per day, and the numbness problem has completely gone. Okay, dude, this sounds like this either is just full of shit, or it's one of these people who spams links to get like money from affiliates. Passing stools is easier and feels normal now. Sensitivity and normal feeling in the anal region is returned. Maybe the problem was due to a buildup of toxins and estrogens. Thought I would mention this in case anyone has a similar symptom. This is like... Some of these are just insane. Thanks for the donation, Jaquavius.
Thoughts on this? Elon Musk wages war on the woke mind virus. Also, can children consent to getting gender reaffirming procedures, or is it medically important enough that it overrides their need for consent?
So I've already seen this clip. He completely lied about his trans daughter. He made up the story that when she was 4 years old, she was just gay and liked musicals and stuff. She made a post on Twitter saying he just completely lied about that entire story. And yeah, children should be allowed to get gender-affirming care. Obviously, I don't think they should be able to get bottom surgery, but yeah, when you're talking about puberty blockers or transitioning hormones, I think minors should be able to get those, that sort of treatment. There's good enough research showing efficacy. You can see many case reports of people suffering from gender dysphoria having a significant amount of relief from gender dysphoria from getting those treatments. So yeah, it's totally fine. Thanks for the donation though, Poppy.
China's provinces.
China.
Thoughts on this election? A close friend of mine lives there. She's trapped there with her son.
Maduro's departure irreversible, says Venezuela opposition leader as election result protests grow. Maria Corina Machado tells Guardian that Nicolas Maduro should understand he lost presidential election amid widespread international doubts over his victory claim. Yeah, I heard about this. The US and Canada have actually publicly stated that they think the election was actually likely fraud. It's pretty fucked, dude. Venezuela is just a shithole. I don't know what's really gonna come of this. I don't know too much about the politics in the region, but yeah, it literally looks like there might be a civil war there. It's pretty nuts. Thanks for the donation, though, Alan. VG's offensive melanin count donated $2. I just found the tweet I was talking about. Let me see. Careful what you block with 5-alpha reductase inhibitors like finasteride or dutasteride. For example, if you have a bodybuilder on nandrolone, using such medications may cause paradoxical acceleration of androgenic alopecia. Yeah, I would never take nandrolones. Let's see. From what I've read, finasteride side effects are way worse than being bald. Is that correct? Personally, I'd rather avoid artificially induced depression. Not necessarily. In many cases, the risk-benefit analysis is favorable for finasteride. In other cases, it's not. Why would that be? I know nandrolone, does it have something to do with aromatization? Or, does it just have to do with, I don't know. I'd have to have Avi explain this to me. I know nandrolone doesn't aromatize, but, I have no idea if it has something to do with that. I'd never do nandrolone, though. Way too dangerous. Yeah, Rolly Winkler doesn't compete anymore. He was only around for a few years. Apparently, he was doing a lot of synthol, from what I've heard, to get his arms that size. What's Rolly Winkler up to now? 6 years ago, 3 years ago.
One of the biggest mass monsters on the Olympia stage looks inspired to avoid retirement, yet also discussed the hurdles posed by his injuries and the likelihood of making a return. During his prime, Winkler stood as one of the most prominent mass monsters in the sport. Trophy eluded his grasp. Notably, in 2018, he delivered his best performance, securing a third-place finish behind the late Sean Roden and Phil Heath. 2021 Roy's return to the stage. Of notable mention was a complex 5-hour surgery on his left shoulder's rotator cuff, a procedure that jeopardized his bodybuilding trajectory. Participating in an interview on the Menace podcast with host Dennis James, Rolly Winkler addressed inquiries regarding his official retirement status. He carefully dissected his response and even hinted at the potential for a comeback. "I can't answer that no, officially retired," where he opened up about various aspects of his bodybuilding career. Latter part of the 2000s. Yet a pivotal event in 2000 and the prolonged agony he endured over the past few years. Amid conversations about this injury, he recollected a life-altering accident from 2007. He remarked, "I got in a very bad car accident, A very bad accident where I almost lost my eyes and half of my arm was damaged. Moreover, he unveiled the predicament he found himself in, which led to his hiatus from bodybuilding subsequent to the 2021 Mr. Bodybuilder hailing from the Caribbean, progress through determination and hard success.
Why do they have to use those super annoying AI voices?
Couple of honorable mentions before when we're talking about handout-worthy or even need to be on this list. Not to mention, and I went out.
The top of this guy's head is pretty wrinkly.
Today, I'm fighting Leo Tamaki, world-famous Aikido master.
Mario, he's always in the torso. Game.
Yeah.
So I accept the exchange.
And of course, in reality, you would go for the groin, for the eyes, for the throat.
I go gentle with you.
Okay.
Dude, I love it when these fake bullshit, bullshito experts say, oh, well, I can't fight you like how I'd really fight because I'd have to gouge your eyes out or something. Like, yeah, go suck my dick, dude. Just total bullshit.
How likely do you think Kamala would be to win against Trump?
Right now, I would say there's probably a 70-30% chance of Kamala winning, with the likelihood being in Kamala's favor. So I'd say there's about a 70% chance right now. It's looking like, in all likelihood, Kamala Harris is going to win. Thanks for the donation, though, PP. Yeah, the Democrats have the benefit of, incumbency, lack of, scandals. Trump is a fucking moron. Kamala Harris is younger. All this shit is going in their favor. Trump's also not a particularly popular candidate, for normies, people that are left of the far right. So he's not very popular with traditional conservatives, definitely not popular with people on the center, absolutely not popular with people left of center. So he doesn't have much widespread popularity, whereas Kamala would. So yeah, I see Kamala winning. Thanks for that donation, though, PP. Yeah, so Jesse just went along with this bullshit. This is not a real sparring session.
You're very gentle.
And you were also very gentle, using open hands, slapping.
And you will always use open hand. Poke, push, slap, cut.
But I was not used right now.
Training MMA because I'm stepping into the cage for a full contact fight in exactly 30 days. Let's go.
As a lifelong karate practitioner, I've always wanted to test my skills in the cage. The only problem is, people keep taking me down. Because when you're a striker, nobody wants to stand and bang. That's why I need to learn takedown defense as quickly as possible, unless I want to nap, snap, or tap. Because MMA is extremely dangerous, and one wrong move can end your career forever. Luckily, my brother Oliver has agreed to help me before, during, and after the fight. As a professional MMA fighter, Oliver knows exactly what to do.
This is the game plan. Week 1, learning the techniques and tactics for takedown defense. We have 3 lines of defense, and you need to start at a distance already. This will be done by your movement, your rhythm, and footwork. You gotta have eyes in the back of your neck and feel whenever there's a cage panel behind you. Stage 2 of takedown defense is framing and sprawling. So that's the actual techniques you need to know when your opponent gets in close, fend off, and stop the takedowns. Level 3 of the takedown defense is when you're actually on the ground. Your opponent might have taken you down, but before he establishes a position, you gotta be able to scramble back on your feet as soon as you hit the ground. Week number 2, training. So you know what to do. Now it's just to get the repetitions down and really drill, so it becomes automatic. We will mix the striking with the grappling and work. Moving on to week number 3, sparring. So this is when, because you're a distance fighter, right, with good footwork, and finally,
Will be able to fight its entirely, and if I lose and fought. But a warrior dies only once.
Let's have a look at yesterday's fight so Oliver can provide his expert commentary. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, so straight away he went for these calf kicks. And that's a good tactic against someone in a karate stance, because your stance is so wide so he can sweep your leg just by kicking it, right? And this is smart of you to switch the stance, but he started kicking from the other side instead.
Yeah.
And
they didn't really hurt though, but they gave him good points.
Yeah. Now he's very aggressive, as you can see, straightforward, and I think he wanted to take away your distance.
Yeah.
Because you're a distance fighter, right, with good footwork, and yeah, the most part of the fight ended up here, from what I remember, and you got this arm in guillotine, and I remember I told you here to look at the watch. So this is a way for you to make it tighter. So you're supposed to turn your wrist so you look at your watch. That will make the choke tighter, and that might have made it work, but now I guess you gassed your arms out pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
This looks rough, but those strikes are not really effective. I mean, they look good in the eyes of the judges, but I don't think they hurt you.
No. And it was funny when he punched my leg, because that didn't hurt either.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah. But on the other hand, that makes him active, so they won't separate you. And he's winning the fight as long as he's standing here, because he has the dominant position. So just by doing these strikes, they're gonna keep him in this position.
Yeah. This is when I started slapping him on the ear.
Yeah.
And he didn't like that, because he started covering up.
Exactly, yeah. In this like crowded situation, it's hard to get good strikes, so I think the slap is the best alternative, because you can still deliver a lot of force, and if you like smash the eardrum, it causes a lot of pain and might disrupt his balance too.
Yeah. So now he got the body lock on me.
Yeah.
And that's why he took me down. But I immediately popped up.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you had very good scrambles. What happened? Oh, you got the other guillotine on the arm, right? Yeah. And I remember.
So you told me, look at your wristwatch, and
Yeah.
I thought you meant pull it this way so I could see the wrist, but you
right,
meant
right.
twist the hand like
Exactly,
this.
yeah.
I didn't understand that. If I did that, maybe I could have choked him.
Maybe, yeah, because it looked tight.
It was tight.
Yeah.
Not tight enough, though. And the referee, the judge, kept telling me to stop grabbing the cage.
Yeah.
But it's a natural instinct. When somebody pulls you down, you want to
Yeah.
grab something.
Yeah.
So it was difficult to not grab the cage. I didn't want to cheat, but it just happens.
I understand.
Yeah.
And if it actually stops him from taking you down, they will give you a point deduction.
Yeah,
Which
okay.
makes you lose the round unless the other guy gets a point deduction.
Right.
you know?
So in this break here between the rounds, I asked Oliver what to do about the calf kicks, because I didn't expect those.
Yeah.
So what was your advice for me?
Yeah, so if he would keep hitting those, my answer was to just move the leg back a few times. If he keeps going, then you blitz forward instead. So when he focuses on the legs, you go straight forward, because straight punches often wins against round kicks.
Exactly.
So you can catch him off guard on the chin.
Yes.
Like a Nagashi Suki.
That's a good point. Never thought of it that way. Thanks for the donation, 9014. Excellent spam as always.
Round 2. Now I went for more kicks.
Yeah.
Now I wanted to let loose a little bit more.
Yeah. So it's good that you put more pressure on him.
Yeah.
Man, his skin turns really red.
I tried to do the spinning back kick, but then he grabbed my back.
Yeah. So I think he fought smart. He wanted to be like all the way out or all the way in. He didn't want to stay in the pocket with you to feel those kicks. And your back is already bruised from the first round.
Yeah.
This is the same Kimura throw that I used in my last fight.
Yeah.
What you need to do here is to pull it in, so you have control over the arm, because it's hard to control something out here.
Yeah.
So you want it to be as close to you as possible, so you can turn your body instead of working with your arms.
Yeah. So his defense is to straighten the arm, because he knows if he bends it, then I can break it.
It was hard for him to do that here, so instead he moved you against the cage, which is also a good alternative.
Yes.
Because you want to hip out towards the way where you're blocked by the cage right now.
Yeah.
But it's a good idea that you put your leg here.
Yeah, so he couldn't roll out.
Exactly.
And I wasted so much energy and strength because I'm not used to this isometric tension of the grappling.
Yeah.
So my arms were so gassed now. First from the guillotine attempts in round 1, and now from this in round 2.
Right.
My arms were heavy.
And even if you know the right technique, and you can understand that in a few weeks, you need more time to develop the physical capacity to do these chokes and strength than the few weeks you had for this training camp.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it takes years to develop a strong squeeze.
Yeah.
So I understand you gassed your arms up.
Yeah.
And you would have needed your arms active to set up your kicks.
Exactly. That was a problem. Now, I think at this point you told me to scoop my butt towards the cage, so I tried to move back.
Yeah, because you need the cage to help you stand up.
Yeah.
And I was afraid now when he got into the full mount that he will keep you here. But you work with your bridges and your hips good.
I actually let him sit because I knew when he punches there would be a gap for me to throw him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now we're standing up again.
Yeah.
And we practice a lot how to stand up, especially against the cage, and that was very helpful.
Yeah, he was.
Jaquavius Cumberdale, donate $2. You're not going to like this. What could it be? No. Got a nice big nose. Why would you ruin it? Oh my god. Well, does still stick out nice and far, but I liked her nose before, where you got that nice big hump in the middle. I like that nice big hump in the middle of a nose. Dude, that nose is so fucking hot and big. Why are they doing this? Oh my god. Bro, no. Dude, why am I the only dude who's into big noses? That's fucking awful. No, we need more big noses like this. Her nose was better before. I love that big hump. I would say there's a shape improvement here. This wasn't the worst one, but yeah, I still don't like these fucking rhinoplasties. I would say the shape of her nose improved enough where I approve, but like if they could just increase the size of it so it just protrudes more. But yeah, the other ones were like, what the fuck are you doing? Thanks for the donation then, Jaquavius.
Well, I wasn't able to control you on the ground for a long time. You popped back up every time.
And I learned from you that the most important part was this overhook.
Yeah.
When I'm against the cage, because now he can't really do much.
Yeah.
But the problem is I can't do a lot either.
No.
So it's
I think the most important thing with that overhook is that you can ease the pressure.
Yes.
So if you pressure a lot in here on my breathing, I get tired, but by turning with the overhook, I can breathe.
That was the way for me to in my arms expansion.
Yeah, for the muscles.
This was fun. I mean, I was enjoying it when it was going on. And I was not afraid or anything.
Yeah.
And I felt his punches, they were not too bad. Even though I don't look too good, you should see what he looks like. Just kidding.
I think this is the round where he clipped you with a good one, though.
Yes.
Let's see if that happens.
So now
here, so you need to use your arms to set those kicks up.
Yes.
Because when you throw a naked kick like that, he just backs away and you miss.
Yeah. Oh, that's when he got me.
That's the one, yeah. But he didn't follow up on this.
No.
I think a more experienced fighter would have put more pressure, and because then he could have finished it right there.
Yes.
And he let you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And now I think he started to unload on me because I could feel that he got way more aggressive. Maybe he thought that he was gonna win or something. I don't know.
Maybe because he knows it's just like 2 minutes left.
Yes.
So and then the whole fight's over. So
yeah, and one judge actually gave the second round to me. So maybe he thought that he needs to compensate now and go even harder.
Yeah.
And it was funny, his corner, they were shouting, disengage, disengage.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so they wanted him to step away.
That's interesting, yeah.
They didn't like this position for him because there's nothing happening, I guess.
And probably they were afraid of this choke.
Yes.
That you already caught twice.
Yeah. My back looks so red.
Yeah.
You told me to get a high clinch somewhere at this point, I remember. Because I heard everything you said all the time, but I couldn't really get it to work.
It's a good thing you ended up right in front of me here.
Yeah.
I remember this arm, I told you to put a frame, so I wanted you to get it under his chin, so you can lift his head up and turn him around.
Yeah, I forgot that. I should have tried to turn him around.
Yeah.
Exactly. That way I could escape from this position and do more strikes.
Yeah.
He got that takedown, yeah. I should have spread my legs more, right?
Exactly, turn the hip.
Yeah. But then we got right back up, just like you taught me.
Did Erin Moriarty get facial alterations of some kind? She says her new look is just a result of aging and weight loss, but most people don't seem to believe her, including facial surgeons. What is your take? Also, do you like her old look or new look better?
Oh yeah, dude, she got fucking plastic surgery.
This boy's actor
There's no
is
fucking
saying
way.
goodbye to Instagram after
Yeah, look at her fucking nose, dude. She got fucking rhinoplasty and she probably got buccal fat removal.
plastic surgery criticism. Erin Moriarty, the
Yeah, look at her nose here and look at her new nose. It's like fucking pencil.
dazzling starlight herself is hitting back at the negativity and criticism hurled her way, particularly from none other than Megyn Kelly.
Her name is Erin Moriarty, but she's decided to completely change her face. This is a picture of her before. Now look at her. It made her nose so skinny, it looks like a pencil now, with turning yourself into this fake version of yourself.
Moriarty called out Kelly's use of an old photo, emphasizing that it was taken over a decade ago when she was not even of legal drinking age. She
Let me see.
Has Erin Moriarty, otherwise known as Starlight from the hit Amazon Prime show The Boys, undergone plastic surgery? There's a lot of people abuzz about work she... There's a lot of buzz lately about Erin Moriarty and whether she may have gone under the knife. People are accusing her of having Botox, of having had a nose job, and even of completely shaving down.
The only thing that would make sense is if she lost like a ton of weight very quickly and then like some of it went to her nose. And maybe it was like a lighting thing, but that looked weird. Weirdly different. She's probably getting lip fillers too.
On her jawline. What is the truth? Well, let's start by taking a look at Erin Moriarty back in 2016 when she was 22 years old. And this is the Erin Moriarty that I think we all know and love from The Boys. One of Erin's facial characteristics is that her face is relatively round. She has a nice jawline, her eyebrows are not super arched, and she has a relatively petite nose, maybe with a tiny bump on the top of it. Now let's take a peek at a couple of photos of Erin from her Instagram account. And these are some of the pictures that have gotten people all talking that she may have had work done. So this photo that you see here is one that's being shown on news websites as well as on social media as proof that she's had work done. And if you compare this photo to the one from 2016, you can see why people may think she may have had a brow lift. It looks like her nose may have changed shape, and her face has gone from being a bit on the rounder side to looking more chiseled and even thinner. So is this proof that Erin Moriarty has had a bunch of plastic surgery? Well, let's take a look at a different photo of Erin from 2016 from a different angle. Well, even though these two photos look like they were taken pretty much at the same time, these were taken 6 years apart. Now, people who think that she's had a brow lift can look at this photo from 2016 and see that her brows really haven't changed a whole lot at all.
Yeah, maybe it was just a weird angle or something and she lost weight.
You can see that her jawline looks basically the same. Those people who are claiming that she's had some major changes to her jawline, I think that they're just plain wrong. And when you look at her lips also look basically the same. They're essentially just outlined. So I don't think is a rhinoplasty. So if you look closely at the photograph from 2016 and you compare it to the photograph from more recently in 2022, it does look like a tiny bump on the top of her nose may have been shaved off. Also, if you look at some other photographs and videos of her from The Boys, it is possible that her nose may have been narrowed just very slightly. So although it's not obvious that she's had a nose job, I do believe it is possible that she may have had one done. And when we take another look at Erin from this year, this is a photograph that has been used to once again prove that she's had plastic surgery. It does appear that her cheeks may have been a bit lifted or filled out. This could be due to some very subtle injections of filler into her cheeks. Well, plastic surgery or not, we know that Erin is a glamorous and gorgeous Hollywood star.
Yeah, maybe it was just a weird angle. Who knows? Thanks for the donation, though, Yo Gabba Gabba.
You have good wrist control, so it's hard for him to get a good hold of your legs.
Yeah. Now I tried to do the front kick to the face.
Yeah. I tried to shout that a few times, but everyone was shouting, so I don't know if you hear but you had the same idea.
Yeah. Oh, he tried the question mark kick.
Yeah.
Wow. He just kept backing away all the time because he could see those kicks coming.
Yeah. That's why you need to set him up with your hands.
Yeah.
So make him think of the hands and then follow up with the kick.
Yeah. Now he's trying to punch my leg again.
Yeah.
Maybe that gave him a few extra points at the end. I don't know. I don't know. What is the most important lesson we can learn from this?
Well, first of all, I think it was very courageous of you to step in there against a guy with so much more experience.
Yeah, he had like a dozen fights.
Yeah,
already.
I think 13 fights or something like that. So I think
I thought Jesse should have actually probably won.
This fight was like fighting experience versus martial arts experience.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
you have been training your whole life, but not for fighting.
Exactly.
This guy hasn't been training for that long, but because of the experience, because the...
And I really hurt.
Yeah, I kind of thought Jesse won that one. Are bug eyes a turnoff for you? I don't know what you mean by bug eyes. I've never seen a woman that I would consider to have had bug eyes, unless you're talking about like hyperthyroidism. Like this. I haven't really seen anybody with bug eyes, though. God damn it. Such a good pooty boy. This part in the story is kind of fucked. I'm not really into the Tekken Force thing. Okay.
Fight.
Fuck. Great. Well, fight's over. Damn it. Fuck that, dude.
Fight.
Fuck you. What is this shit? I really don't like this stupid bitch fucking android character. I just can't get a feel for any of her fucking combo strings. Oh my god, he has so many fucking armored moves. It's fucking insane. What? Dude, why does she do a taunt rather than a throw sometimes? I don't get it. I'm pressing the same fucking buttons. Yeah, I still do OnlyFans.
Fight.
Fucking eat shit. What? Fuck. Dude, fuck you. Oh, shit. Thank God. Dude, imagine fighting an actual robot. Like, you just punch it and break your hand.
On dirait que nous arrivons à temps. Anta, 大丈夫か? はい。お二人ともありがとうご。
Not sure if I thanked you yet for taking the time to go back and finish replying to my donation on THC like 4 days ago before ending that stream. Spiders are evil but fuck flies, right?
A shipping spider. Like they have those? That's called freaking at work for like 2 or 3 weeks. I just couldn't stop finding.
Get that fly, dude.
Black widows and brown recluses and stuff. Come on.
He's staring at it. He's thinking about it. Bro, he's gonna get it.
Did he?
I was looking at it.
Oh.
And I love
Oh, did you jump?
That's
in my life.
Yeah. Like he's doing this.
Oh
my god, he's gonna do it. Yes.
There's a jumping spider about to snack.
That's amazing. I've never seen that.
It's so cute. Oh.
Whoa.
Nice as shit.
Yeah, fuck flies. Flies are far more annoying. So I approve of that. Thanks for the donation, Boopity Bop. It's funny that they caught that footage.
雑魚どもめ、ここでまとめて死ぬがいい。
Dude, how do you fight somebody like this? He shoots out earth-destroying fucking laser beams from his chest. I like Raina, she's fucking cute. Oh, does she have the devil gene? That'd be sick. Jin's taking a nap after fighting this little girl. Oh, there's Panda.
Fight.
I, Richard, am gay, donated $2. That doctor is delusional. I'm rewatching The Boys previous seasons before Season 4, and the change in Starlight's face is brutal from Season 2 to 3. Her cheekbones and jaw muscles are way more pronounced. No way that is just weight loss. Her body is unchanged. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if she got some, like, cheek injections or something. Women do stupid shit to look prettier and younger. So, wouldn't surprise me. Like, look at all the plastic surgeries that Michaela Peterson got after she hooked up with that rich dude, right? So, women are insecure about their appearance. As soon as they get money, they get a bunch of cosmetic procedures. Wouldn't surprise me. Thanks for that donation. I, Richard, am gay. Fuck.
Fight.
Fuck. The fuck, dude? Fuck. Yeah, I'm dead. Oh, there we go.
You lose. Fight.
Fuck. Oh my god, dude. Dude, that is the most bullshit fucking move. Yeah, fuck you, dude. Damn it! Oh, fuck, shit. What a cunt.
Fight.
Fuck. Hell yeah, bitch. Get fucked. True Devil Kazuya my ass. Oh, well, I guess you're dead now. If you lived in the world of The Last of Us, what kind of place do you like to picture fortifying? Well, basically the town that they made in The Last of Us. That'd be ideal. Jackson? Wonder if they're gonna make you fight your mom in this dream world. June's a cool character. Andy donated $3. Let me see. Wasp Attack Scotland.
Ah, you fucking wee prick. Just get stung by a wasp. Ah, it's a wasp's nest. It's a wasp's nest.
Wasps are fucking assholes. You know, right after I broke my elbow, I was working on my motorcycle, and some fucking wasp comes out of nowhere, stings me right on my broken elbow. So annoying. They're just fucking cunts. Thanks for that donation, though, Andy. Oh, is that Yoshimitsu? Oh, no. It's Devil Jin.
Fight.
Fuck. 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 Get fucked, Devil Jin. It's like the Tekken 5 Devil Jin.
Fight.
Fuck. Oh no. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Eat shit.
そうだ。罪と使命が俺たちを強くしてくれた。全ては今の自分につながっている。そして未来の自分へと。
Yeah, I'm playing on PC.
受け入れるためにここに来た。俺は未来へと踏み出すためここを出る。俺はもうお前を、俺自身を否定しない。俺自身を縛る心の鎖をお前が打ち砕いてくれ。ああ。はあ。ファイト。お前の中にある力の一つ。俺たちは生まれた時から常に共にあった。行くぞ。
Fuck. Is this a fucking glitch or something?
今こそこの鎖を打ち砕き前に進むべき時だ。これで最後だ。心を縛る鎖はもうない。
You think she is hotter than Sheena Sure? Would you eat her asshole? Don't show this on screen.
Oh God, fuck this. This is my time to laugh.
No, I don't think she's hotter than Sheena Shaw. Much less attractive to me. Thanks for the donation, Andy.
お前の本当の望みは何だ？俺の望みは。俺は命に変えても大事な人たちを守りたい。そのためにはお前の力が必要だ。デビルよ、もう一度共に戦ってくれ。ああ、もちろんだ。俺は決してお前を否定しない。それがお前の望みなら全てを受け入れよう。俺を守ってくれていたんだな。ありがとう。すまなかった。今度は俺自身がみんなを守ってみせる。
Based.
大した執念だがここまでのようだな。ジン。 遅いぞ切り札。長い間すまなかった。
ジン。
待たせたシャオ。
不思議だね。今のジンはデビルなのに怖くないよ。死なないでね。
今度こそ全てを終わらせる。
Fuck. I hate that move. Fuck right off. Fuck.
デビルの血を否定していた貴様がどういうわけだ。貴様には分かりない。今の俺にとってデビルの力は呪いではない。
Hell yeah, Dragon Ball Z.
守るための力だ。くだらんな。ファイト。これで決める。
Fuck. Fuck! What the hell, dude? Oh my god! Fuck you, I'll spam this shit too, bitch. Hell yeah, spam. Fuck you. I have an OP move I can use over and over again. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You lose. 守るための力だ。くだらんな。ファイト。これで決める。
Riley donated $2. Would you be willing to react to a nature documentary this stream or next stream? Do you like that stuff? How are you doing? Hope you are well. If it's just some stupid, boring documentary about ants, I'm not going to react to it. Like, unless it's actually interesting, then I'll react to it. Thanks for the donation, Riley. Oh my god, dude. I hate that move! Oh my god, it annoys me! Eat shit! Oh my god, fuck you! Bullshit! Oh, fuck you, dude! Wow, that was fucked. Fight. What? Oh, fuck off. Yeah, that's right. Keep using that stupid armored move. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, have spikes come out of the ground, because you're a fucking bitch. I don't... Dude. It's so weird. Is there like a stupid control scheme that I have set up that's just fucked? Because I swear, like, buttons just change. I'll do a grab, and then it won't do a grab, and it'll do some stupid fucking taunt. Oh, it's so weird. 21st Savage donated $2. Can you, like, shut the fuck up and stop, and... Can you shut the fuck up with the whining and complaining, or I'm leaving? I'm not trying to watch bitchered games right now. Okay, I'll try. Thanks for the donation, 21st Savage. Riley donated $2. It's about carnivorous animals. Here it is, if you don't want to watch it. Alright, it's fucking retarded. Some vegans trying to defend this stuff.
What happens when some of the world's...
I can't watch Nat Geo Wild documentaries on stream, dude. They're copyrighted. Thanks for the donation, though, Riley.
Fight.
Here we go. Here we go. That's right. Use all the cheap moves. Yes, use all the bullshit. Oh, yeah, you gotta put more spikes in the ground. I'm winning. Yeah, that's right.
Fight.
Oh my god, that stupid spike in the ground move is just so fucking bullshit. Fuck yeah, first try.
その力、以前の俺には届いていたかもしれんな。だが、今の俺には遠く及ばん。ここで全てを終わらせてやろう。死ぬことけつもりか。はあ。
Dude, they're literally copying Dragon Ball Z at this point.
自分の命を諦めないで。強くなったのね、ジン。
母さん。でもまだ足りないんだ。もっと強くならないと。俺は存在している意味がない。
あなたは優しいからきっと自分のことは後回しにしてきたのね。でもそれが誰かを悲しませることもあるとあなたは知っているはず。風間の拳は大事な人の思いを守るためのもの。自分自身も守るべき大事な命だって忘れないで。
母さん、俺は生きたいと思っていいのか。
風間の力は命を育み魔を清め払う。その力であなた自身と和也さんを救ってあげて。
He's turned into a Power Ranger.
いってらっしゃい。
貴様、その姿はまさか。おのれ！これは浄化の力か。
Hey, Prim Prim. Yeah, that's a good kitty. Yeah, you're a good kitty. Those are good meow meows. Oh, damn, they're gonna fight on an asteroid? Oh, this game's great.
Fight.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Fight. Fight. 見せてやろう。消し飛べ。吹き飛べ。浄化してみせる。くだらんざれ事だ。信じてくれた人。 然貴様は何も叶えられん。
Fuck. Oh my god, dude. I'm interested in Reina because it seems like she probably has the devil gene. Wonder if that'll get played out later in the story. Interesting. I wonder if he'll stop being evil. Dude, I wish I was as jacked as fucking Kazuya, dude. Fuck. There we go.
負けるわけにはいかない。行くぞ。
Yeah, they're insanely jacked. Dude, I've got to get traps like Kazuya.
Fight.
Fuck. Damn it.
You lose. Fight.
Fuck.
You lose. Fight.
Fuck.
三島流は捨てたはずでは。俺はもう三島流を使うことをためらいはしない。ファイト。力で俺に勝てると思うな。力こそ全てだ。力だけが全てじゃない。
Dude, his traps are just fucking crazy.
小賢しい真似を。 Fight.
Fuck. 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 God damn it.
You lose.
Oh, hey, Faye. Is that a good doggy? Hmm? Being good?
Fight. 母さんが教えてくれた強き心。行くぞ。そして風間の技。行くぞ。
Shit. Damn it. Fuck. Fucking input scanning bullshit. Fuck.
You lose. Fight. 愚かだな。行くぞ。母さんが教えてくれた強き心。やめろ。チェスト。どれ。うら。やめろ。行くぞ。
Fuck.
You lose.
God damn it. Dude, it's only 2 more days until I can start training again. It's gonna be fucking sick. I'm gonna really try to work on my traps.
What 支配しようとする者は何者も許さん。戦いとは最後にどちらが立っているか、それだけだ。
You will be a shining star of hope.
Tu devi vivere. Believe in yourself and look to the future.
이걸로 끝은 아니겠지?
戦いとは戦い とは生きることそのものだ。
しぶといやつめ。
シンさんの誰より強い意志と覚悟をみんなが知っています。
我々にも花を持たせてくれたまえ。
Halte deine tiefsten Wünsche in Ehren.
遅いぞ、切り札。託された思いが俺に生きる勇気を与えてくれた。
バカな。
守りたいものを見失わないでね。
みんなと共に生きるため俺は何度でも立ち上がる。
諦めの悪さは認めてやる。だが勝つのは俺だ。
俺はもう自分の過去を否定しない。俺はもう仲間とつながることを否定しない。ファイ
お前は全てが浅い。行くぞ。行くぞ。行くぞ。
Fuck. 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 Oh my god, what the shit, dude? Oh, really? I was that close. Dude, he's fucking me up right now. Holy fuck, dude. What? I don't... I... What's the deal with all the armored attacks he's doing? Holy shit.
行くぞとどめだチー止め行くぞ行くぞ無駄だ行くぞ無駄だ行くぞ俺は行きたいと願う砕けろFight! 行くぞ行くぞどれこれでデビルの力は世界から消え去った。ありがとう、母さん。きっとまた会える。帰ろう。みんなのもとへ。
Huh. Wonder who that was at the character episode unlock. June has been added in the character episodes. Reina, side story, June Kazama. Alright. I want to try playing as Kazuya.
Kazuya Mishima. Reina.
Probably gonna either choose Kazuya or
Get ready for the
as my
next
main or Warang. What makes him turn into a devil? Where the hell's Warang? There he is.
Li Chaolen. Excellent. Get ready for the next battle. Kazuya Mishima. Get ready for the next battle.
貴様をここで終わらせる。
Round 1. Fight. Round 2. Fight. Round 3. Fight.
Fuck. Hey, Dino.
You win.
It's like a fart cat. Beginner. Okay.
Kazuya Mishima.
What the fuck is this? What? Wait. I'm confused. Am I not playing against other characters? Like other people?
Get ready for the next battle.
What is this? Oh, you get to practice while it's searching for a... I see.
Get ready for the next battle.
Eddie. Cool.
Eu não quero vingança. Quero futuro melhor.
騒がしいハエどもが。
Round 1. Fight.
Vamos lá!
Round 2.
Rolled.
Fight.
Como meu mestre me ensinou.
Yeah.
Faça parte da terra. Nada supera.
Have fun. Yeah. Where's the scrub move? Yeah, they have a little scrub moves for these people. Okay, his connection fucking sucks for some reason. Oh, how convenient! Yes! The connection sucks as soon as he's fucking losing! Right, okay. Oh, okay, I get it, yeah. Right, uh-huh. That's right, start lagging. Fuck you. Fuck you, dude.
Como meu mestre me ensinou.
You win.
That guy sucked. Yeah, that guy actually sucked. Fuck that dude. His connection sucked too, fucking bitch.
Get ready for the next battle.
I think ultimate animations break up the action too much in fighting games.
Yeah, I don't really like that either. It is kind of annoying. Thanks for the donation though, dude. Fuck. How am I better than anybody playing? Like, I should be losing. This is kind of weird. I'm not even particularly good at fighting games. Great. Yeah, it's shit, dude. Great. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the scrub shit. I kind of understand low-tier god's rage. The super moves are a bit much.
Fight. Get ready for the next battle.
Don't ever accept Wi-Fi players. Their connection is always terrible. Accept only wired connections. Also, this is how you properly deal with Eddie's 33,333 spam. Add me so we can play against each other later.
How do I add you? And, I guess I can take a look at that right now. That's great. Alright, let's try. Thanks for the donation, Jaquavius. I'll add you later. Send me a message on Instagram. Match is being denied. What the fuck? There we go.
Get ready for the next battle.
Another Kazuya player.
Round 1. Fight.
Fuck. 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 It's definitely better than me. Maybe not that much better.
Round 2. Fight.
Fuck, that move is stupid. That was a close one.
Round 3. Fight.
Fuck. Yeah, okay. How do you do that stupid laser beam? I fucking hate that.
Fight.
Shit. Yeah, scrub move. Be a scrub. There we go.
You win.
Hey yeah, bitch. I ranked up. Let's rematch him, he's pretty good. Oh. Okay, he didn't want to rematch me. Fucking pussy.
Get ready for the next battle.
I'm not facing bots. Suck my ass. The fuck are you talking about? It's online ranked. Alright, let's do it.
Get ready for the next battle.
Let's go.
Round 1. Fight.
Shit.
Round 2. Fight.
Get fucked.
Round 3. Fight.
Fuck. Okay, dude, that guy smoked me that time. What the fuck?
Round 4. Fight.
No more playing around.
Shit.
Eat this.
Damn it.
Finish.
Fuck.
Final round. Fight.
What? Dude, he does a shit ton of fucking damage. Dude, what the fuck? God damn it. First match lost. Fucker, I want to replay that guy. I should have won. Let's do it again.
Don't miss me winning.
Round 1. Fight.
Buddy.
Round 2. Fight. Round 3.
I got this.
Fight.
Fuck. Fuck. Damn it. Come on. How do I win the first two so easy?
Fight.
Shit. Okay, he knows I'm gonna do that. Dude, as soon as he gets combos going, just fucks me. Fuck.
Now this is what I call fun.
Yes, fuck you. Haha, I win, bitch.
You win.
See if he'll rematch again.
Round one. Fight.
It's over. Eat this. Finish.
Fuck. Damn it.
Round two. Fight.
Yes.
Round three. Fight.
Shit. He really fucks you with that stupid fucking combo, dude. Damn it! Damn it! Fuck! Damn it! Shit!
Round four. Fight.
Fuck, there we go, the fucking combo. Shit, I don't know how the how do you... I don't know how you transfer that into a fucking grab. Kinda wanna fight him again, we'll see if he agrees. Okay, he doesn't want to fight again.
Get ready
God
for
damn
the
it.
next battle.
Gotta practice that fucking combo. I fudge this combo all the time. Yeah, I think I'm missing the circle button or something. That's a good,
Get ready for the next battle. Round one. Fight.
Fuck. 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 Great.
Round two. Fight.
I think this person's probably too good for me.
Fight.
Shit. Great, I'm fucked. Son of a fucking bitch. Fuck you. Alright. I want a rematch. I think I can beat her.
Round one. Fight.
That wake up attack is fucking bullshit, dude. Great, yeah, I'm just gonna get fucking murdered. Yeah, dude, that fucking wake up attack is bullshit. Nobody else has that.
Fight.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, the game's lagging again. Yeah, there we go. Great. Yeah. Why do so many players have a shit fucking connection, dude? Yeah, you can't like rush down this character because her wake up will just fucking get you. See if they're interested in one more rematch. I don't wanna. They're not.
Get ready for the next battle.
Fuck. Disconnect rate 2%. Yeah, their connection probably sucks.
Get ready for the next battle.
Wake up is 3 + 4, both kicks.
Round 1. Fight.
Yeah, their connection sucks, dude.
Round 2. Fight.
Fuck, dude. What? I blocked! I blocked! Fuck you! Oh my god. I don't know how that's possible. I fucking blocked.
Round 3. Fight.
Oh my god. Yeah, fuck you, bitch.
Round 4. Fight.
Great. Fuck you.
Final round. Fight.
What? There we go. Eat shit. Eat shit.
Get ready for the next battle. Get ready for the next battle.
Nina Williams. Alright. Oh, well, there we go. Game crashed. Alright, well, I think that's enough for now. Anyway.
Earth 1 is the greatest Batman story that's ever been told. It's the first in a 3-part series, and it's basically standalone. It's in its own universe. But what this does is this opens up with Batman basically appearing to be incompetent. And it's not because he's completely incompetent, it's because he's effectively new, right? Just kind of learning how to be Batman for the very first time. So the gun he uses for his grappling hook basically malfunctions. He lunges like across roofs while he's chasing after this guy. He ends up missing his grip. He tries to grab onto something, that doesn't work, and then he just smashes into the ground. But then it jumps back and it focuses on the origin of Batman to a degree. Now, not all of it we need to cover. You guys know Bruce Wayne Wayne's parents get shot and he ultimately becomes Batman. What it does do, though, is it does introduce Alfred Pennyworth in a way that none of you would expect. You guys know Alfred Pennyworth as the kindly butler of Batman that took care of him after the Waynes had died and he'd been the butler for the family for some number of years. That's not the case here. Alfred Pennyworth is pretty hardcore, right? He's actually a mercenary, or at least a former mercenary, and seemingly he has a mercenary history with Thomas Wayne. This story doesn't go a whole lot into the relationship between the two as far as their mercenary and seemingly military history go. Future volumes actually take care of that. What is important is that Alfred and Thomas are very old friends, and Alfred is brought on not as a butler, but as somebody to oversee the security detail of Thomas Wayne because he's running for mayor. He's received a number of death threats, and some of those are believed to be coming from his opposition, the person running for mayor next to him. But of course, what we end up finding out here is that it's a Wayne tradition for Thomas, Martha, and Bruce to go out every week and to see something at the theater. And it's a tradition that Thomas refuses to let go of. So much so that Thomas tells Alfred that his job as the head of his security detail won't really begin to take over until Thomas ends up winning the mayoral position. Now, we're not really given a whole lot of context here, but seemingly Thomas is incredibly popular among the citizens of Gotham, just due to the fact that he has such a forward-thinking mindset. And so it kind of ties into a lot of the different depictions of Thomas Wayne that we've seen over the years in different forms of media, the movies and TV shows and so on. The guy who's actually looking out for the betterment of Gotham and trying to make Gotham better. What ends up happening is exactly as you would expect, that they end up leaving about it. But what Axe does can and will be used
The last one came out in 2023.
It is a follow-up to Battlefront. I cannot overstate just how overlooked this game was.
Look at all £330 in the off-season, and we see how he compares to the 8-time Mr. Olympia and probably the strongest professional bodybuilder of all time, Ronnie Coleman. The number of comparisons in this video is limited due to the lack of available material and comparable lifts, but we start things off with the incline press, where we find Marcus using a Smith machine loaded with a combined weight of 215 kilograms or 474 pounds, while Ronnie is pressing 184 kilograms or 405 pounds. Marcus utilises an extremely wide grip in the same vein as Arnold Schwarzenegger, and uses as full a range of motion as this type of grip allows, while Ronnie places his hands in a more conventional position. In weighing up the different equipment, hand placement, range of motion, weight and reps, I honestly couldn't call a winner, and instead thought I'd leave you to decide in the comments section. The incline press is followed by the leg press, which normally cannot be compared due to the difference in angle between different manufacturers. But in this example we find our athletes using the same equipment made by Nebula, and both are equipped with knee wraps. Marcus is pressing around 950 kilograms while preparing for a competition, and has stated that he goes heavier in the off-season. And Ronnie is pressing 1043 kilograms or 2,300 pounds, but should be noted that this was in the off-season.
Dude, I don't understand some of the stupid shit bodybuilders do. Like, what's the point of using your arms for assistance if you're trying to target your legs? It's so bizarre to me.
If we consider...
Like, this is a guy who was on the fucking Mr. Olympia stage, and you see these people doing stupid shit.
Relative proximity of the weight being used, given that the athletes are in different stages of training and preparation, they're actually very closely matched. But in this instance, the win goes to Ronnie, who is using a verifiably higher weight, while Marcus is using his arms to assist his legs throughout. For the penultimate comparison, we take a look at the seated press, where we again find Marcus using the Smith machine with an extremely wide hand placement, this time loaded with a combined weight of approximately 235 kilograms or 518 pounds, while Ronnie's pressing 143 kilograms or 315 pounds with a conventional barbell and grip, and dare I say a better range of motion. While there's no doubt that Ronnie is using a better overall technique, having given this considerable thought, I believe that Marcus probably deserves the win, due to the 64% heavier weight. Although there's no denying that the technique he employs, combined with the Smith machine, would make this lift easier, it's hard not to be impressed with the amount of weight being used. For the final lift, we take a look at the dumbbell press, and there's a couple of points that mean the results of this lift shouldn't be taken too seriously. These are that Marcus's bench appears to be slightly inclined, and I couldn't verify the weight he was using, although I believe the dumbbells weigh 52.5 kilograms or 116 pounds. I couldn't be 100% confident of this. While I wasn't able to verify the incline of the bench or the weights being used by Marcus, I think it's quite obvious that Ronnie is using a heavier weight for more repetitions, and thus takes the win. That brings us to the end of this rather short comparison, but I'd really like to know your opinion, so please leave a comment below. Thank you, who peaked at 296 pounds in 2004, and he's up against the 6-time Mr. Olympia, Dorian Yates, who peaked at 268 pounds in 1997. Please be aware that Dorian and Ronnie trained with contrasting techniques which make it impossible to create a direct comparison. The comparison starts with the incline press, during which time both athletes were in the off-season and are using a near identical weight of 184 kilograms or 405 pounds. Here Dorian shows the superior form, using a full range of motion and demonstrating better control throughout the lift.
I don't understand. I just don't understand. Why touch the bar?
Hey VG, I heard you cured your depression with your last trip. Congrats. When did you have your last trip, BTW? I wish you well.
Well, it's been a little while. Let me see. That was 2 months ago. Yeah, so for the last 2 months, I've been depression-free. Thanks for the donation, though, Fast G.
If both athletes had used the same form, Ronnie would clearly take the victory due to achieving more repetitions, but considering Dorian's better range of motion and control, I believe a draw is the fairest result. The incline press is followed by the overhead press, and here Ronnie is pressing a combined weight of 143 kilograms or 315 pounds, compared to Dorian, who's using a non-counterbalanced Smith machine, of which the apparatus weighs around 30 kilograms or 66 pounds, and is loaded with 6 plates for a combined weight of 150 kilograms or 330 pounds. In my opinion, Dorian displays a more complete range of motion and better control over both phases of the lift, but the use of a Smith machine negates the heavier weight, and this combined with 50% less repetitions and the fact that Ronnie's only 5.5 weeks out from the Mr. Olympia means that Ronnie takes the win. The third comparison is a bent over row, where we find Ronnie pulling 225 kilograms compared to Dorian's 184, but note that Ronnie is dipping his knees and dropping his torso at the end of each concentric phase of the lift, compared to Dorian, whose torso remains static throughout. Dorian has trained with heavier weights, as he stated on the Valuetainment YouTube channel, and is shown in these photos doing bent over rows with 204 kilograms or 450 pounds for 6 to 8 reps. This, combined with his better form, means that things are far closer than they first appear. But taking into account that Ronnie performed this lip while in contest prep, means he takes a narrow victory. The bent over row is followed by the leg press, and while I've included this exercise in the video, there are some huge differences in the equipment being used, with Ronnie using knee wraps on a 30-degree nebula leg press, compared to Dorian, who's using knee sleeves on a vastly more difficult 45-degree Cybex leg press.
Thanks VG, hope you're well.
Well, thanks, Fars. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Thanks again, dude.
Although Ronnie manages almost twice the weight, the difference in the angle of the sleds, as well as the range of motion, technique and assistive equipment adopted by the athletes, mean this exercise is largely incomparable, so I will leave you to draw your own conclusions. The penultimate comparison is a seated dumbbell press, but lacks any video evidence from Dorian, and thus relies on the claims he made on Value Entertainment, on which he stated he pressed 160-pound dumbbells for 8 repetitions. Along with this single photo of him pressing what I believe is 150-pound dumbbells at Temple Gym in Birmingham. Given the lack of video evidence, it's impossible to know how many reps Dorian could actually complete without the assistance of a spotter, so while I believe this one would possibly be a draw, I've listed it in red and will leave it to your discretion. The final comparison is a deadlift, where both athletes are making use of lifting straps. Ronnie is pulling his now infamous 363 kilograms or 800 pounds, while Dorian is using close to half the weight at 204 kilograms or 450 pounds. It's worth noting that while Ronnie was only 5.5 weeks out from Mr. Olympia, this was his first exercise of the workout, while it was Dorian's last. While there's a massive difference in the form being used and the stages of their workout and contest prep, there's no doubt that Ronnie takes the win by pulling a 77% heavier weight.
Better steroids or something else?
Hi guys, welcome to Strength Universe. When I have released videos that feature bodybuilders from different eras, I often see comments stating that the reason why bodybuilders such as Ronnie Coleman are so much bigger than those from the past is due to better or improved steroids, and looking at the physical proportions of bodybuilders from the golden era compared to those.
Dude, Ronnie Coleman was an absolute fucking freak. Just makes no sense that somebody can get that huge.
In the following decades,
like he's literally bigger than a fucking gorilla.
It's easy to see why people make that assumption. We can judge how proportions of bodybuilders have changed by looking at Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was one of the largest bodybuilders of the golden era, and at 6'2" tall, he was also the tallest Mr. Olympia of all time. His body weight ranged from a peak of 250 pounds in 1974 to 225 pounds in 1980. Just over a decade later, the 5'10.5" Dorian Yates, who stood on stage at around 265 pounds, is claimed to have ushered in the start of the mass monsters. 1998 saw Ronnie Coleman win the first of his 8 Olympia crowns, and in the years that followed, the 5'11" Coleman would set a new standard for size, stepping on stage at the 2004 Mr. Olympia at 200.
Yeah, his left bicep is clearly smaller than his right bicep. It's funny how we all have these little,
win the first of
these little asymmetries. Yeah. Did he, like, tear his tricep? Because, you see, it's like his tricep insertion goes closer to the elbow, and it has, a deeper muscle belly. There's like a weird line here. I wonder if he ever injured that arm. Or maybe it's just like a different shape. I have a weird like dent in my arm right here. Like when I get leaner, you'll be able to see it more, but there's like a dent here and it goes like all the way across my right bicep. I don't have that with my left. My left is just smooth.
Coleman would set a new standard for size, stepping on stage at the 2004 Mr. Olympia at 296 pounds. Of course, a few comments doesn't mean that the majority believed that the reason for the difference in size was due to the improvement in steroids, so I ran the following poll, in which 83% of respondents thought that better steroids were responsible for the increase in muscle mass that we now see on stage. To give you a better understanding of the evolution of steroids and performance-enhancing drugs, I thought we'd have a very brief look at their history, and to do that we need to go back in time to 1889, when the French doctor Charles Edward Brown Sequard, who at that time was 72 years old, began to inject himself with fluids that he extracted from the testicles of monkeys, dogs and guinea pigs, and claimed that they increased his sexual prowess and made him feel years younger. In 1935, German scientists led by the chemist Adolf Buchanan isolated several sexual hormones, including testosterone. They used the discoveries to synthesize several androgenic and anabolic steroids that they used to treat depression, for which Buchanan was awarded a Nobel Prize.
Really? Were they really used just to treat depression? What was this guy's name? Adolf Buchanan. He was involved in research on hormone treatment to make long submarine voyages more comfortable for submariners. So, yeah, it might have actually been for depression. Interesting. I didn't know that.
For which Buchanan was awarded a Nobel Prize, but this prize was surrounded in controversy due to the speculation that he was involved in running experiments on German soldiers to increase their aggressiveness, and even rumours that he injected Hitler with steroids. The first mass use of performance-enhancing drugs in sport came to light in 1954, when the Soviet Union began to dominate weightlifting. While enjoying a few drinks in a bar, a Soviet team doctor allegedly revealed his team's use of testosterone injections to the US weightlifting doctor John Ziegler. Ziegler begins to work on creating a refined synthesis technique that would produce a compound with the muscle-building benefits of testosterone, but without the androgenic side effects. Ziegler's work led to the development of the anabolic steroid methandrostenolone, which would be released by Ciba Pharmaceuticals in 1958 under the brand name of Dianabol. Virtually all major steroids and performance-enhancing drugs were discovered between 1916 and 1963, and were widely available to the bodybuilding community before the 1970s, with the exception of trenbolone, human growth hormone and insulin. These compounds would begin to be used in bodybuilding in the early 1980s, and more so in the 1990s. Looking at what compounds bodybuilders took during each era, it becomes very apparent that the basic off-season cycle remained quite consistent across the decades, with the only noticeable difference being the volume of each steroid being used, seemingly increased in the late 80s and early 90s. This, along with the use of human growth hormone, would seem at least partly responsible for the increase in muscle mass seen in this era, although certainly not to the extent that some may believe. In the 1990s, Dorian Yates' off-season cycle was very similar to that of previous Mr. Olympias, although it is apparent that he increased the volume of each steroid as his body became accustomed to them over the years, leading to a peak intake of less than 2 grams per week at 140 kilograms or 310 pounds body weight. His cycle for his Olympia prep remained the same throughout his career, cutting out androgenic compounds and reducing the volumes of each compound that he took. By his own admission, the only time that he used insulin was in 1997, which led to less than favourable results. In the late 90s and early 2000s, Ronnie Coleman claimed to not use performance-enhancing drugs during the off-season and would only start a cycle 12 weeks out from competing. The total amount of steroids that he took per week was seemingly very similar to that of Dorian Yates, although it's impossible to judge like for like. The one thing that Ronnie Coleman categorically states is that he did not use insulin to gain muscle, but only to carb up in the final 2 weeks of his prep prior to the Mr. Olympia. It seems apparent that the changes in bodybuilding that have taken place over the past 5 decades is due to a combination of factors, which include the fact that bodybuilders of the golden era were not chasing size but more focused on creating a physically aesthetic work of art. From the mid-1980s onwards, it could be said that human growth hormone helped, but it also needs to be considered that bodybuilding saw an increase in popularity, which has brought a wider pool of genetically gifted athletes to the sport. This, combined along with an increased knowledge of training, recovery, nutrition, steroid cycles, and more importantly the athlete's desire to get as big as humanly possible in order to compete with other mass monsters, has led to bodybuilders seemingly placing size above aesthetics. What is clear is that there appears to be no discovery of steroids or performance-enhancing drugs that have affected bodybuilding since the 1970s, with the possible exception of the availability of human growth hormone. Insulin would appear not to have played a part, but it would be great to hear your opinion, so please leave.
Alright, I'm gonna go get some sleep. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. We'll be streaming later today, so I'll see you all then. Big thanks to everybody who donated on Streamlabs, really appreciate it, and I'll see you all later.